Yeah, I'll react to that, sure.
Travelers, Mark here with Walter's World.
Hey guys. So, I feel like I'm getting like a groove in my head from wearing a headset all the time. How are you? Good. Walter's World, great channel. Oh, he has another channel. I'm not subscribed. I am now. Preemptive like. Hi guys, the original link to the video is at the top of the description, as always. And link to the Discord below that. Would love to have you. Don't be shy. Let's go. Best German food. What to eat in Germany.
And today we're going to talk about the eats of Germany, or like the most German things that you should have when you're here.
Bratwurst.
And you know what? We've got to start off with probably the most German of the Germaniness, the sausages, the Wurst. Yes, there are lots and lots of bratwurst when you're here. There's lots and lots of sausage you can have when you're here, and you're going to have a lot.
If Wurst is sausage, what is bratwurst?
And you well should, whether you're me or you're my mom or my kids. Sausages ray when you're here, and probably the most important one to have is the Thüringer Bratwurst. So the Thüringer Bratwurst is just a type of bratwurst that you'll see on the street. People will be selling it in little stands, or you might see a person like carrying it like in a backpack and they're cooking it in front of them. But that is the definition of a perfect bratwurst. Now, what's cool is sometimes you can get it at a half-meter size. Okay, so that can be a bit crazy. But Thüringer Bratwurst, that is your traditional bratwurst that you're used to and and that you're going to love, with some Zen, some mustard on top. Now, there are a lot of other Wurst, a lot of other sauces.
Yeah, I'll react to that,
here.
sure.
If you're down in
Sorry, guys, that's my other video. Hey, guys. Okay. Hey. Stop talking. I need to find a way to mute that so it doesn't,
in the south, there's Weisswurst, or white sausage, which is really, really good, and they serve that with a sweet mustard and a pretzel, which is very nice. Now, if you're down in Nuremberg, Nuremberg's famous for the Nuremberger sausages, or the Nuremberger Wurst. And the thing is you might recognize a Nuremberger sausage when you see it because it looks like a breakfast link sausage, okay? And the thing is, they're small and they're tiny, and if you go to Nuremberg, you can get a plate, and they'll actually give you like a plate of 30 of them. But if you're walking around and have it, they'll give you a little roll with 3 or 4 inside with some mustard. That's a great way to go, especially in Nuremberg. That is a must when you're there. And if you're in Berlin, you probably have the most popular one that's become like a super trend snack in Germany and other places around the world. You have Currywurst, which is curry sausage. Now, you may think, oh, it's a curry bratwurst. I'm like, no, it's a normal bratwurst. But what they do is they put curry spices into ketchup and make it a curry ketchup. And what they do is they chop it up and then they drown it in the curry ketchup and with some fries. It's fantastic. And honestly, if you're looking for some food thing to take back home from Germany, get some curry ketchup and take it home with you, because that stuff is the bomb.
What is it with people in curry? I mean, I don't dislike curry, but I feel like so many people are obsessed with it.
And sometimes you can actually find the good stuff at Aldi back in the US. So there is that for you. Now, if you're looking for more of your traditional like hot dog kind of sausage though, there's a lot of different names, a lot of different things that kind of go on there, but the closest one you're going to find is either a Frankfurter or a Bockwurst. Okay, those are two ones that I feel resemble the closest to a hot dog, or a Wiener Wurst, or a Viennese sausage. You'll see those as well, but basically on the street, your sausage choice is going to be that Thüringer Bratwurst. That's going to be your go-to walk around snack kind of thing. Great street food here in Germany. Okay, now moving away from our
sauce. I thought that was mashed potatoes. That was sauerkraut.
Great
cherry tomato. Is that great? Oh, no.
Great street food here in Germany, okay? Now, moving away from our sausages, because, Germans eat more than sausage, I think.
Pretzels?
Yes, they do. They eat a lot of pork as well, and you will see pork, and more pork when you're here. You can get a pork steak, Schweinsteak. That's a popular cut of meat. But one that you'll see probably the most is actually schnitzel. And I know when you have schnitzel, traditionally schnitzel is made out of veal. But here in Germany, veal is more expensive, and so you have a lot of places that give you pork schnitzel. Well, sometimes you see chicken schnitzel, but it'll be a pork schnitzel, which is the pork just beaten to a flattened thing. They bread it and fry it. It is super good, and there's a lot of different schnitzels you can have. My personal favorite is Jäger Schnitzel, which has mushrooms and cream sauce on top. Oh, so good, so good. You can't go wrong with that. Other pork things you might want to have when you're here. When you go around, you might see a thing called frikadelle, which is basically, I would call it a meatball sandwich that you'll see the same places that sell you like the currywurst and the bratwurst.
So a hamburger? Isn't a hamburger basically a meatball sandwich?
they'll have those there. But sandwich that you'll see the same places that sell you like the currywurst and the bratwurst, they'll have those there. But the most important pork product here in Germany for me
Bacon?
is Schweinehaxe, or basically you're calling it like pork shoulder or pork knuckle. You'll see that on there. And if you ever played a video game and they gave you like the ham hock kind of thing where it's the bone and the meat on it and it gives you all your energy back, that's what it is. And when you have one, you understand. And there's different ways you can have it. If you're in Berlin, they'll call it Eisbein, and it's like boiled, okay? But if you're in other parts, have it. If you're in Berlin, they'll call it Eis.
That looks so wrong, but I don't know why. Man, pigs look too much like people. It's nuts.
Eisbein, and it's like
I mean,
boiled.
everything
okay?
looks delicious.
In
I'd eat
other
it.
parts, they put it on a grill and roast it around, and the fat and the skin on the outside gets all crispy and so good. Oh, you have to have it. Like that is my
I'm
go-to.
drooling right now, and I already ate right before this.
Too, okay? And in certain places you can get Schäufle, which is kind of a similar cut as well. You'll see that we've had that a lot in Bamberg, but you don't see it all over the place. So Schweinehaxe, go for it.
Why
Now,
don't we
other meat
ever
dishes,
get the... I'm pausing a lot, guys. All right.
see it all over.
But you see these in like Nordic dishes and in Germany of the... It seems like... How did you get the perfect... Do you boil it first? Oh, no. So it's like you're starting to make mashed potatoes. You just don't mash them. Yeah, why am I confused, actually?
Which is kind of a similar cut.
I just
as
don't know
well.
why
You'll
we
see
never
we've
do
had
that
a lot in
over here.
Bamberg, but you don't see it all over the place. So Schweinehaxe, go for it. Now, other meat dishes you might see, there is beef is here as well. You can get Sauerbraten, which basically says sour roasting.
I'm a beef guy.
But basically, it's a long cooked piece of meat, which is nice. Also, you can get a rolled up beef, Rindrouladen, which is basically beef rolled up with some stuff. That's actually a nice thing to have. I see that a lot on some like lunch menus. It's very popular around the country. But there's plenty of meats. There's also plenty of fish you can have when you're here as well. But I think one of the other things that's important when you're here is the bread. Okay, and yes, you can have a pretzel, and of course you want to dip this in mustard, by the way, when you're here. It's so good. And if you're having a big old beer, goes together perfectly. So you have that. But you'll notice around Germany, there's tons and tons of bakeries because they make fantastic breads. And mornings, breakfasts for you when you're here, you're going to have these little rolls. Okay, they're called Brotchen, which is little bread, or Semmel, depending where you are and what kind of German they speak. And you'll have different kinds, like plain white bread versions. So you have multi-grain versions. My mom's favorite is this one that has pumpkin seeds on the top of it. Like, we search it out when we come to Germany, don't we, Mom? Like, to find it because it's so good. But you'll have that. And I got to warn you, when you have breakfast in Germany, it is going to be the rolls, and then you're going to have cold cuts like ham, cheese, salami, and slices of cheese, and probably hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs. Like, that's traditional German breakfast. Like, that's what you're going to have. And it's funny because when Germans travel to the U.S., a lot of times they'll complain to the hoteliers, we don't want pancakes and eggs and bacon. We want our Scheibe. We want our ham and cheese cuts with our bread. So just be aware of that when you're here at restaurants and you're staying at hotels. And if you want to try something for breakfast a little more cereal based, go for the muesli. It's that mix of, like, you look at it and you're like, I'm going to be regular today after I eat this. Okay, so you have that. Yogurt's also very popular to have at breakfast time. So you do have that.
Eat your fiber. Plenty of fiber, everyone. Keep regular.
But going back to the bread stuff, also, if you go to the bakeries, you'll see they'll have all these pre-cut pieces of cake of all different kinds, okay? And I know we're here in the Freiburg, which is in the Black Forest. You might think, oh, Black Forest cake. I'm like, yes, there is that. But for me, if you can get any kind of fruit cakes, not like fruit cake like you get at Christmas, but it's a cake that has a fruit topping on it, that's always wonderful. Germany is...
You guys are so lucky. It's insane.
And if you want to try some for breakfast, it's going to be...
I mean, that looks amazing right there, but...
regular cereal base, go for them. Eat this, okay? So you have stuff. Also, if you go to the bake,
I say this in the England travel videos I watch. You guys are so lucky. One of the things that we don't have over here, we have beautiful places, but as far as architecture goes, it doesn't have the infusion of history. Like when you go to a European country and it feels like its own distinct, this place's history. Where over here, obviously, because of the nature of how our country was started, didn't do great. Smallpox. Or the point is that we kind of started from scratch, not scratch, a few hundred years, but just nothing compared to the wealth of culture and stuff you see.
Bakeries, you'll see, we're here in the Freiburg, which is in the Black Forest. You might think, oh, Black Forest cake. I'm like, yes, there is that. But for me,
Black
if you
Forest
can get
ham?
any kind of fruit cakes, not like fruit cake like you get at Christmas, but it's a cake that has a fruit topping on it, that's always wonderful. Germany is also great with Pfannkuchen, which are basically different kinds of fried
Popovers.
dough with powdered sugar on it. And whatever size and form you can get it because they're amazing. And you have that. And the thing is, the bakeries are all over the country. You can grab stuff all during the day, have it for a snack. If you've got your kids, I recommend, if you're pushing around in a stroller, go get them a Brotchen, get them a roll. They'll gnaw on that for a couple hours while you go see the sights, so that's really nice, okay? And honestly, you could never go wrong with a good apple strudel, right? So you have that. Now,
Ooh, apple pie.
looking to the side dishes, which I think are very important, because for me, the side dishes here in Germany are some of the best things you have, because you have,
Vegetables.
you're very important because
Where's the meat?
for me, the side dishes here in Germany are some of the best things you have, because you have, traditional Kartoffelsalat, potato salad, and the very different versions they have it here. Sometimes you'll have it warm, sometimes you'll have it cold, sometimes you just want it all. You have that.
Kartoffelsalat?
You might have all these different versions of potatoes on the side. There's one that's called Bauernkartoffeln, which is like farmers' potatoes, which basically they're kind of sliced up and then kind of they're fried, not like French fries, but they're like fried up in a pan, which is really good. A little speck, a little bacon in there.
What do we call them?
That's
Scallop potatoes?
wonderful. Also, you can look in for the noodles. Spätzle. Spätzle is a special kind of German noodle you'll have, and you can have it plain, or you can have Käsespätzle, which is cheese spätzle. Oh, that is a great side dish. I know some people enjoy the Knödel, which are dumplings. And the thing is, you can have potato dumplings, you can have bread dumplings, you can actually have liver dumpling. Like liver dumpling soup is actually really good. Never for
had
a starter.
liver. I'd
you
try
can do
it.
that. And Germany as well is when it's different seasons, different like veggies are in season, you can get so much. Like when strawberry season's and there's the great things there. Or we're here now during Spargel season, asparagus season, white asparagus. Oh my gosh!
Love asparagus. Guys, I was joking about meat. I love all types of food, except olives. And I know, you're just being a child and you're not trying it, and it's just I try it, olives, but asparagus has got to be my favorite vegetable, and broccoli and grilled green beans, so good. Asparagus, mashed potatoes, and a nice big steak is just my perfect meal.
Here they have asparagus. Eat it. The Germans love it, and they'll be mad if you don't have some. So
I will definitely
check that out when you're here. But let's be honest. What's the side dish we all know about from Germany? Sauerkraut. Yes, you can get sauerkraut when you're here. And if you're not a big sauerkraut fan, my mom and I, we're not the biggest sauerkraut fans. We're actually big on rotkohl, which is that purple cabbage, that sweet purple cabbage with some apples in it.
It's like coleslaw.
Oh, so good and so regular making, if you catch my drift. And then we have our drinks here in Germany, and obviously the beer is a big thing here. But you have to realize there's lots of different kinds of beer. This is a Weizen beer, or a wheat beer I have. You can get Pilsner beers, which are more like the beers you have in the U.S., like a Budweiser kind of like clear beer. Then you have shots.
Oh yeah, I heard. Is it true? God, why am I raising my hand here? Well, I guess I'm asking a question. That Budweiser, which when you think of like a quintessential American beer, you think Budweiser, right? I'll get a Budweiser. But I guess it wasn't. Is anything in America original, for Christ's sake?
Let's be a black beer, which is a little bit sweet, like in the Guinness family. It's fantastic. Köstritze is a fantastic beer to have. You can have. Well, actually, what I should tell you is, don't buy any beer specifically from Germany. When you're traveling around Germany, buy the local beer. So if you're in Berlin, you have Berliner Kindle. If you're here in Freiburg, you have Ganta. If you're in Bremen, you'll have Beck's. I'm like, people are very much regional beer drinkers here, and you'll notice the difference. That's why when people ask, what's the national beer of Germany, yeah, they're not. I mean, Warsteiner maybe or Beck's. That's the one that's all over the place.
What about Heineken? That just sounds German. Did that originate in Germany?
But people really have their local beer when you're here. So do that and have that, because if you get the local Altbier like in Dusseldorf, it's going to be very different. That's what people like to drink there. Versus if you're up in Flensburg and having Flensburger Pils in the north of Germany. Okay, so something to be aware of. But what you need to realize for alcohol, beer is not the only. So something.
This is perfectly my point. This picture, you got the nice old stuff, and it looks like a Disney movie, like like Beauty and the Beast or something.
Something to be aware of.
It looks German, it looks French, it looks Nordic, it looks English style architecture, and then American. There really isn't.
But what you need to realize for alcohol, beer is not the only alcohol in Germany. There's actually a lot of great wine when you're here. If you go to the Mosel or the Rhine valleys, you can do wine tours there and go. I mean, it's so much fun. You get to learn about the wine, have the food to go along with it. It's a fantastic experience. I've taken students there. I've done by myself there. I've done with my parents there, my kids there. But the wine, white wine is the best here. Riesling, it can be sweet or dry. There's a lot of different versions of it, but that's the wine you want to have when you're here. Also, you can have what's called Apfelschorle, and this is a non-alcoholic drink. Yes, there are non-alcoholic drinks here in Germany, okay? Apfelschorle is basically take really good apple juice and put bubble water with it. That's what you have. Oh, this is, if you're hot in the summer, this is the refreshing thing that...
Talk about make you regular. Oh my God, that was an issue for me when I was a kid. I loved apple juice, but get ready.
Changes the day, so you want to have that. Also, you may wonder, Mark, can we drink the water in Germany? Yes, you can drink the water in Germany. How do you think they make such good beer? Duh. And one thing is, you can drink the tap water just fine. The locals, though, they like to have Wasser mit Gas, water with gas. So they like their bubble water when they're here. So be prepared for that. If you just order water,
seltzer. I love seltzer.
Probably might bring you just bubble water. So you might want to ask for, Wasser ohne Gas, water without gas, or stilles Wasser, still water, and that'll help you out there. And with all,
I gotta say, that was a big. I love tap water around here. I drink a lot of it. I love bottled water, obviously, but tap's easier. I mean, other than like a nice Coke after a big meal, water's probably my favorite drink. I know that sounds boring, but it is. And last time we were in Europe, it just, to each their own. You like what you're used to, but I remember that being an issue, just finding water you like. And that sounds so weird, but it's true.
All this heavy food, you might wonder, Mark, how am I going to be able to sleep at night? How am I going to digest? Well, what's great is there's there's actually more, but there's two popular digestives here in Germany that, unfortunately, in the U.S., one of them has become more of a college drunk shot, but Jägermeister and Unterberger, those are two shots that, honestly, if you have one of those heavy fat meals and you're like, oh, I feel horrible, have a shot of Jägermeister or have the little bottle of Unterberger, and it really does help your stomach digest, and you'll feel better really quickly. I didn't believe it, but I've had enough experience now that I totally do believe it, because I had some bad experience with Jägermeister back in college. So I tried to avoid it, but I was so full one day, my buddy gave me a shot, and I'm like, after 5 minutes, I'm like, hey, I feel good again. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat when you're here in Germany. If you're looking for some more international fare or things people don't think that's typical German, there's so much international food here in Germany. You can eat great Spanish food, great Italian food, because Germans really love food from all around the world. Great Indian food, obviously great Turkish food when you're here. You have a lot of Turkish immigration here. Probably the one thing you'll see the most that people have are doner kebabs. That's like my go-to snack when I'm out. If I want to have something on the go, it's so good. The bread in there with the sliced up meat and the veggies.
Oh, so good. So good. Look at that. I wish there was a place around me that sold these. I'd go every day for lunch.
Sauce, Kreuz is also so good. That's one if you had a few drinks, it's a good thing to finish off your night, to sober you up and help you sleep and have wonderful dreams of Germany. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat and enjoy when you're here in Germany. obviously
the
there are
channel.
so
Great
many more
channel.
fantastic foods and snacks here in Germany. Please put in the comment section below so we can have more fun foods to talk about and enjoy when we're in Germany or other travelers are there. And I'll say a special thank you to our patrons on Patreon and our members on YouTube. And I just want to say, if you want to help out, go to patreon.com/WaltersWorld to see how you can help out us to make more honest travel videos and honest food videos all around the world. And I'll say bye from here in Freiburg, Germany. I also got to finish my beer
Bye.
and my pretzel, so you have a good one. Bye, or guten Appetit, which is good appetite, or bon appetit, as you may know. Cheers.
Cheers. Guten Appetit. Again, I love this guy. I love his videos. Really interesting. And hey, it's me. That was a good video. Did I watch that?
Hi, I'm Rick.
Thanks, guys, for watching along with me. I'd appreciate any answers to any of the questions I might have had or any comments in general. Would love to see them. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you next time. All right. Bye, guys.